And Tossi on the bases. Used vehicles. Weather forecast 37. Mentioned though it is dry, partly cloudy skies.
And there's like, look, you guys are spot on. It's really hard to grip the ball
Without a home run. And the first one at 94. Baltimore, 8 innings, 4 hits.
Like we're gonna win.
There's a drive, socked deep to left field, headed for the wall. And it clangs off the green. Durant
Catches and getting everything, throwing guys out. It's not about that.
It's a man on for Vladimir Guerrero at 279. That Vladdy signed. They got pummeled by ball. Believe they have a very competitive club. Gently hit towards second. Campbell has the one play and quickly gets rid of it.
By Crochet. Pitching into Guerrero that in
the first inning. He is 0 for 3.
Obviously, it's pretty easy to trust your stuff when it's that nasty.
Those strikes. Here's the 0-1. That fat desperate for since Chris Sale. And a wave and
to another level, right? You can only sit there and try to aim.
55, number 1 in the majors. And the 1-0. They'll let that go on and a 2-0. Breeze and the wind is blowing in your face.
I don't want to face him when
some guys say, you know what, doesn't matter what the temperature is, I am not going to wear them. And it's going to be ball 4. So Springer is in their rotation. Barrios was good last, hitting 105 and a strike.
Outer corner. Oof.
Back from last year. The lineup. A year. 1-2. Line drive, and that's going to drop down in left field. Bichette to third and puts on the brakes. Throw comes in. It's overrun by Springer.
I mean, that's a hard hit ball to left field. It's not even going to be close with how quick Duran got.
Davis Schneider, the second baseman. So right away, some trouble.
No, we might not get a lot of chances. He's probably sending him. Let me make.
And he's a little bit off here in the first inning. Narvaez going to.
Martinez said Schneider really just hasn't been comfortable at the plate.
Schneider career with the bases loaded is 2 for 16. Now he's gone to 3-0.
Ball well.
Got to throw a strike. 3-2.
Yeah, you just have to.
Payoff pitch. And in there, strike 3. As he pointed out, he's helping a lot of people right now. Blue Jays starting pitcher.
He's always been a bullpen guy. He's going to mix speeds. Got a good changeup. Top of the zone, maybe a tick above it. Got the call though.
The southpaw with a 1-2. He had a notion to go, but he's still with 48. At game time at Fenway Park. We're glad we got that confirmation. 2018 against Baltimore. Also 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, tied him up. plus. And then Alex Bregman.
You don't want to put that in the back of their head. Today, Ernie Clement at third base, Bo Bichette at short, Davis Schneider at second.
Named the American League co-player of the week yesterday. He'll pop this up into right. Springer coming in, almost overran it, but maybe bottom third of the order here against Crochet. But stranded 3. Catcher's interference.
I was actually surprised. Long.
1-1. In January. And that'll do. I can talk about it all day. It was the end of the torpedo for him. 3-2. At short, Story digs it. On to Guns. Too far away. Sending efforts by Richard Fitz. The rotation has been underwhelming, except for Crochet. 2 up and 2 down. 27 2/3 innings, 21 earned runs.
Week or so they have.
Roden the batter, hitting 2 pitch this year. 1-0 down.
So that tells me a couple more.
Personalities, it really pops in that. Swinging stories that are told so well. Swinging a high drive into right field. Rev Snyder backing up. That gets cut down, and he's got it. Studio with us. A multi-Emmy winning filmmaker and director.
It came out at 3 a.m. East Coast time. Of all of us, when we were here filming, did you ever see what they gave us? I think it was. They wouldn't allow us this far in. They go,
Well,
don't bother those guys.
About 81 and 81. It wasn't about any one series or necessarily where the formed. So that he could say those things, it's incredible what's happened.
He didn't seek out the cameras. He doesn't seek out that kind of a very big-hearted guy, and I think following him around and him
And getting that information, gathering that information.
because I think everybody knows somebody that struggles with depression. You're related, you know, Jared Duran, handsome. So you check all those boxes. You think, well, what that person can't have depression. Be somebody. I think there's going to be many somebodies out there that.
About the struggles he had on the field a couple of years ago, as Trevor's like people, Alex Cora did, some of his teammates did, obviously.
No, I think he was carrying around that get you. And his advice to people has been, I think it's, you know, you can imagine what it was like for them to feel like somebody.
Outside of that story, you know, what did you learn from baseball? A team and someone like Alex Cora and his crew
At the beginning of the year. As cold as I've ever been, but I've long since, my blood has thinned out living in Southern California. So first game opened up last year against Seattle. Started at 9 a.m. with the Tyler O'Neill family, daughter, and went through his whole nutrition regimen. And then we went to breakfast, with getting to the ballpark at 10 a.m. and that they were busy. So we film all day. We get to the game. It's an exciting game. It goes. I get rambling. I don't know how this job works.
It's okay. You're a storyteller. Choose the players that you're going to profile.
I feel like they choose us. And the problem, if you do that, is you go a mile wide. I think in that first week, you had 2 or 3 players that I think, plus Craig Breslow makes, I think, a good appearance in this series. The people that did not want us around made that very clear.
Well, Guerrero in, looking at a strike. Too hot on that, and I wound up not cutting it, or something you really want.
Tristan Casas. There's another that's titled Brian Bayou. There's another cutting really good stuff. It means you've got a good. I don't know that I had. I think they got off to a hot start, but most people were explaining that away by the competition they were facing, 3 or 4. And that weekend, I remember feeling it was a couple of, and you had this team that was starting.
You and Netflix to do, because I'm backed up outside the Red Sox clubhouse. Tossed down to first base. Bichette is back.
Yeah. The story, I could finish this now, and we're putting away the gear, and our cinematographer, Terry
Slayton made his debut after being Rule 5. There are so many things that went on.
Yes.
Fouled off, but what would it be?
Oh, I'd come back to the Sox in a way. Like I could film 8 hours just on the nooks and crannies of this building.
Oh, Campbell, a little slip there from the knee. He'll get the out at first.
But they've boy, it's kind of
a lot of guests, as Red Sox fans will attest. We have a lot of guests on our. I just wish it were a little warmer for you in your return to the city. That's for sure. But you.
Oh, I'll take Boston in any form I get. I really love this town. To have that kind of support, you would need to have the
Cora's office at spring training. Just to have a personal chat, like my very first. Do you mind if can we record this? Can we?
Yeah,
it was incredible.
You peel back the layers for the general public.
I think what is helpful is really are, and you see them differently. They become more compelling.